The merit-based promotion was presided over by the Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow, who doubles as the chair of the Security Council. VP Jallow stepped in for his boss, President Adama Barrow, Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Armed Forces. The promotion showed the commitment of Gambia Armed Forces to elevate its men and women to various ranks in recognition of their continued commitment, dedication, merit, selfless service, and above all, loyalty to the state and the people. 68 junior and senior officers of the Gambia Armed Forces are now decorated to the ranks of captain, major, and lieutenant colonel. 17 among the 68 officers were promoted to the rank of lieutenant to captain, 36 from captain to major, while 15 are promoted from major to lieutenant colonel. Speaking at the ceremony, Mohamed B.S. Jallow congratulated the newly promoted officers and commended the leadership of GAF for taking the bold decision to start such an initiative, which he said is in line with international best practices and standards.
I congratulate you all for having been found worthy of elevation to your new ranks by your high command. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is gratifying to also note that your promotion was a result of an exercise that was conducted through a promotional examination board that was convened by the Office of the Chief of Defense Staff to assess officers that were due for promotion to the next rank. I've also been reliably informed that the board was guided by several terms of references to ensure that the process was fair and transparent, but also impartial and in accordance with international best practices.
VP Jallow urged the decorated officers to support the GAF High Command and reaffirm government's commitment in providing the necessary support in logistics and capacity building, as well as the welfare of its personnel. For his part, the Minister for Defense, Serigne Modou Njie, called on the decorated officers to deploy their knowledge and experience to support and capacity building efforts of GAF, adding that to whom much is given, much is expected.
Therefore, I enjoin you to deploy your knowledge and wealth of experience to support training and capacity building efforts in the armed forces to facilitate the attainment of its mandate as a viable defense sector. Your Excellency, in light of this, let me remind the newly promoted officers that whom much is given, much more shall be expected. The nation is at a very crucial moment that demands your high level of loyalty, courage, and professional competence that is needed to preserve peace, security, and to protect and defend our hard-earned democracy.
The Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Mamat O.A. Cham, also congratulated the newly decorated officers, outlining the significant role of the government's security sector reforms, which he said ushered a new era of professionalism, efficiency, and accountability within the armed forces.
Your Excellency, over the years, the government has undertaken significant security reforms, ushering in a new era of professionalism, efficiency, and accountability within the armed forces. These reforms have not only enhanced our operational capabilities, but have also instilled a renewed sense of purpose and pride within the ranks of the Gambia Armed Forces, and is in fulfillment of our constitutional mandate.
Speaking on behalf of the decorated officers, Commander Ami M. Jambe of the Gambian Navy and the most senior officer thanked the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Armed Forces and GAF High Command for their unwavering support and assistance in performing their various duties. Commander Jambe called on her fellow officers to commit to duty and serve with loyalty and respect at all times.
To the promoted colleagues, let's be very much aware that Command has strong optimism in our capabilities to carry out our duties without reservations. Towards the reason we are promoted, it comes with other responsibilities and challenges. As the saying goes, to whom much is given, much is expected. Therefore, we need not to be reminded as officers to maintain the high sense of discipline, commitment to our national duties, and above all, loyalty at all times.
This declaration of officers comes after a promotional exams conducted by GAF Promotional Examination Board that was conveyed by the Office of the Chief of Defense Staff to assess officers that were due for promotion to their next ranks, and guided by several terms of reference to ensure that the process is fair and transparent so as to streamline who will eventually be at the top. Reporting for GTTV News, Aissatou Koli.